Condensed Bat-Supe in 30 seconds. The following podcast contains material originally broadcast in 1946 and includes historical language and portrayals of racism and intolerance. The story depicts a hate group and uses offensive language to represent their harmful ideology. We acknowledge that the language used in this episode may cause discomfort to listeners. The intent of this episode is to demonstrate the evils of racism and intolerance, and to highlight the importance of fighting against hatred in all forms. Listener discretion is advised.
The following is transcribed.
Welcome to Condensed Bat-Supe. Now with 66% fewer superheroes than our regular podcast, which makes Condensed Bat-Supe even less nutritious, but still just as delicious. We're featuring episodes of the adventures of Superman without the caped crusaders. Tie on your capes for lots of unhinged hatred, plenty of listening behind lockers, and repetitive questions galore. In this edition of Condensed Bat-Supe, we proudly continue one of the most famous and consequential Superman stories of all time with Chapter 11 of The Clan of the Fiery Cross, as originally broadcast on June 24th, 1946.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, with Jim Olsen and Perry White marked for death by the Clan of the Fiery Cross, their one chance for rescue rests with Superman and his plan to learn the identity of the hooded mobster.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. You know, you fellas and girls have a lot of your own words for good. You say something is keen or solid or terrific. Well, gang, those words come in mighty handy when you're talking about Kellogg's Pep. For instance, lots of kids say Pep's sparkling sunshine flavor is keen. Yes, Pep is called the Sunshine Cereal, as cheerful and sunny a dish as you'd ever hope to see. And crisp? Why, those tender whole wheat flakes practically melt in your mouth. Yes, sir, Kellogg's Pep is a mighty keen treat. Now, what was another one of those words? Oh, yeah, solid. Why, Kellogg's Pep gives you solid whole wheat nourishment plus. It's a solid start for a hearty breakfast that helps start your day off right. And let's see now. Pep is keen, it's solid, and terrific. You just try Kellogg's Pep for breakfast tomorrow morning and see if you don't think it's so terrific you want to eat up every bit in your bowl. That's always the smart thing to do, you know, and particularly smart nowadays when we're sending the cereal grains to fellows and girls overseas. When Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's, see that it's not wasted. Pour it out carefully and finish off every bit you pour out. Get the right habit, gang. Eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
And now, the adventures of Superman. Captured by a band of hooded terrorists known as the Clan of the Fiery Cross, Editor Perry White and Jim Olsen were taken into the hills above Metropolis, where they were to be tarred and feathered in reprisal for the Daily Planet's attacks on the Clan. But when, in an ensuing scuffle, White tore the hood from the Grand Scorpion, their situation became even more serious. Enraged and frightened by the exposure of his identity as Matt Riggs, a well-known trucking contractor, the Klan leader announced that White and Olsen must die. Today, while Superman continues his desperate attempt to find them, Jim and Perry White remain bound to trees as, several yards away, Matt Riggs is huddled with his robed and hooded action committee, arguing violently in an effort to convince them that their prisoners must not be allowed to remain alive. Listen.
I tell you, brothers, these men are dangerous to our cause. Now that they know who I am, they can trace the rest of you through my association with you. Don't you see that?
Yeah, sure, Matt, but killing an important guy like the editor of the Daily Planet, that's too risky.
Right.
Now, wait a minute. Do you want to see the clan of the Fiery Cross busted up?
No.
Do you want to break our sacred vows to save America from all the foreign trash that clutters up our neighborhoods?
Oh, heck, no, of course not, Matt, but...
But nothing. If we let White and Olson get back alive, we're through. Understand? Finished. Because White has already said about us in our paper is nothing compared to what he'll say now. What's more, he knows who I am, and the police will find out who you are. With all the pressure that he and others like him will put on the police, they'll have to go after us. And no time to break us up.
Maybe they'll shut up and...
No. I'm telling you, if we let them go, we're a cinch for a jail sentence. Every mother's son of us. Then when we get out, we'll find the foreigners running our country and the 100% Americans, our own kind, taking orders from them. No better off than slaves. You want to see that happen?
No, certainly not.
I tell you, this is a case of self-preservation, brothers. It's our lives or theirs. Either White or Olson die, or the clan of the Fiery Cross dies. Now take your choice.
His eyes blazing with the mad, murderous light, Matt Riggs, cunning leader of the robed and hooded bigots, seeks to so inflame the fanatical Klansmen with vicious lies that in a passion of hate, they will commit murder. The situation looks grave indeed for Perry White and Jim Olson as, meanwhile, Superman in his guise of Clark Kent continues his desperate attempts to trace the identities of the Klansmen in an effort to find his friends. Kent's open letter to the boy who called to tell him of the Klan's attack on Tommy Lee having brought no results, he discusses another idea with Beany Martin, Daily Planet copy boy.
My hunch, Beany, is that the boy I want, the one who I think must know at least one member of the Fiery Cross gang, is a player on the Unity House baseball team.
Gee whiz, Mr. Kent, how do you figure that?
Because all this trouble started right after Jim Olson put that Chinese boy, Tommy Lee, on the team.
It did?
Mm-hmm. There was a fight, I recall, and then an attempt was made to scare Tommy into quitting by burning a cross on his lawn.
Yeah, I remember that. But jeepers, how could one of the kids get the Klan mixed up in that fight?
Oh, easy. As you know, those fanatical hooded bigots are against anyone who goes to a different church or whose skin is a different color. Well, all the boy had to do was mention the Unity House incident to a Klansman, maybe his father, his brother, his uncle, and the Klan went into action.
Gee whillikins.
And then when I persuaded Tommy to stay and pitch an important game...
They grabbed Tommy and were going to tar and feather him.
That's right, Beany. Yes, and they'd have gotten away with it, too, if I hadn't been tipped off by that telephone call from some unidentified boy.
And that's the kid you wrote the letter to, huh?
Yes, yeah. Yes, I thought his sense of fairness and honor would make him come to me, but it didn't work. Now, if my hunch that he's a member of the Unity House team is correct, I think I know how I can find him.
Gee whiz, how, Mr. Kent?
Well, since the only thing I know about the boy is the sound of his voice, I want to talk with the Unity House ball players.
Oh, I get it. Hey, that sure is a swell idea. And you can do that right away because I happen to know that the team's practicing today.
Oh, good. Say, by the way, who's running them in Jim's absence?
Muggs, I think.
Oh, Muggs, eh? Well, I'm sure he'll work with me. All right, I'm going over to the ballpark right now.
Jeepers, Mr. Kent, can I go with you, please, can I?
Well, all right, Beany. Yes, come along. You may be able to help, too.
Oh, boy, swell. Let's go. Muggs isn't around, Mr. Kent. They expect him to show up in a little while, though.
Oh, gee, well, we can't wait, Beany. I'm afraid there's no time to lose, and we've got to work fast if I'm to find Mr. White and Jim.
Yeah, if the Fiery Cross Klan's got him, there's no telling what'll happen.
I'm afraid for the worst.
What'll we do?
Well, you'll have to work with me. Now, look, here's what I want you to do, Beany.
Yeah?
Tell the boys, well, let's see. Tell them you're on an assignment from the Daily Planet to interview each of them about what they think of their chances for winning the championship.
Uh-huh.
Got that?
Yeah. You want me to make like a sports reporter, huh?
Right, Beany, right.
Oh, boy.
Now, look, you get them to come into the locker room one at a time.
Yeah?
I'll be listening behind a locker while you ask them a few questions.
Uh-huh.
Now, if the boy isn't the one that I'm looking for, I'll tap on the metal with a key so you can get rid of him fast and get another one in. Now, do you understand that?
Sure, I get it. And when the right kid comes in...
I'll let you know, don't you worry. All right, now get going, Beany, in a hurry. This is our only chance to find a clue to the Chief and Jim, and it's got to work.
What do you think of your chances to win the championship, Freddie?
Well, they don't look so good without Jim Olson and Tommy Lee. Why, the fellas all think... Hey, what's that?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. Mice, maybe. Well, thanks, Freddie. Send in another guy on your way out, will you? Still think you got a chance to win, Tony?
Yeah, with a miracle, maybe.
but it don't look too good, I'll tell you that much.
Uh-huh. Well, thanks, Tony. Send the next guy in, will you? Would you mind repeating that, Sam?
I said I don't think we got a chance.
Yeah, I get you. Thanks, Sam. Next guy, please. Well, just give me an idea what you think.
I don't even want to think about it.
Okay, Johnny. Will you send in the next guy? Thanks, Bobby. Next man. Okay, Joe. Next man. Oh, that's all, Bill. Next man.
One by one, the Unity House baseball players file into the locker room, speak briefly to Beany Martin, and are sent away when Beany hears the tapping of Clark Kent's key. Finally, the last boy has come and gone. Then, worried by the failure of his plan, Kent walks slowly out to the ball field, followed by Beany.
Oh, this is bad, Beany. Very bad.
Yeah. Looks as if we drew a blank.
You certainly did. But I can't understand it. I was so sure I was on the right track this time.
Japers, how are we going to find Mr. White and Jim now?
I don't know. Oh, if only Muggs were here. Maybe he'd be able to give me a clue.
There's Muggs coming onto the field now.
Oh, good.
Hey, Muggs! Hey, Muggs, hey!
Hi, Beany.
Call him over here, Beany.
Come here a minute, will you?
Sure.
Hi, Mr. Kent.
Hello, Muggs.
Say, did you hear anything yet about Jim?
No, not a thing, Muggs, not a thing. But maybe you can help me out.
Sure. What can I do?
Just listen for a minute. You see, I got a hunch that the boy who warned me about what was going to happen to Tommy Lee is a member of this ball team.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not, Muggs. Now, I don't know his name or even what he looks like. All I know is the sound of his voice. Now, just listen to all the boys who are out there practicing, and none of them fits the bill. Now, can you give me any idea as to...
Hey, wait a minute. You still didn't talk to all the players, Mr. Kent.
What? Sure we did, all but you and Tommy Lee.
Yeah, I know, but there's still one guy who don't play with us anymore. But he was on the team the day we had all the fuss. The same day a cross was burned on Tommy's lawn.
Who is that, Muggs?
Come with me. I'll show you.
With hope reborn, Clark Kent and Beany Martin eagerly follow Muggs, who leads the way across the ball field. Is this the end of Kent's search? We'll know in a moment, so stand by for the tense climax of today's episode.
Say, gang, have I got an earful for you today. Get ready to hear about a brand new pep dish of the week. And this one is a real humdinger. You all set? It's a blueberry whirligig. Combines Kellogg's Pep and sweet ripe blueberries in a nifty new breakfast dish. Now, here's how it goes. You start off with your serving of Pep, the Sunshine cereal, topped with a sprinkling of fresh blueberries. Then, very carefully now, take your spoon and give it a whirl, mixing the berries all through those crisp flakes of Pep. Just add milk and sugar, and believe me, gang, that blueberry whirligig will give your appetite a whirl come breakfast time. Of course, it's Kellogg's Pep that does the trick. Are those toasted whole wheat flakes tender and golden and full up with sparkling sunshine flavor? No matter how you serve Pep, it's so terrifically good, you want to keep right on until you've eaten up every last bit in your bowl. That's one way to avoid waste, you know. And another way is to handle the package carefully if you pour your own Pep. Now, you wouldn't want to waste cereal, particularly nowadays when we're sending the grains to fellows and girls overseas. Remember that when Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's. Eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
As we continue now, Muggs has led Clark Kent and Beany Martin across the Unity House ball field to the sidelines at third base, where, his shoulders hunched, the dejected-looking boy stands and watches the team practice.
There's the guy I mean, Mr. Kent. He was on the team until a couple of days ago when Jim Olsen fired him for being a sorehead.
He was, eh?
Hey, that's...
Quiet, Beany. I'd like to meet him, Muggs.
Sure. Hey, Chuck, come here.
What do you want, Muggs?
I want you to meet somebody. Mr. Kent, this is Chuck Riggs.
Hello, Chuck.
Mr. Kent. Gee whiz, I gotta go...
Wait a minute, Chuck. You're just the fellow I've been looking for.
Startled and frightened, Chuck Riggs stares at Clark Kent, who places a firmly restraining hand on the boy's shoulder. Can Kent persuade Chuck, who is in mortal fear of the Klan's vengeance, to reveal what Superman must know in order to save Perry White and Jim Olsen? Every second is precious now as the murderous Matt Riggs exhorts his hooded company of fanatical bigots to carry out his death sentence against the gray-haired editor and the young reporter. What will happen? Tomorrow's action-packed episode tells the story, gang, so don't miss a second of it. Tune in tomorrow, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. You know, it wouldn't surprise me, fellers, if your dog sometimes wishes he were you. Then he could tell Mother what he likes to eat. And it wouldn't surprise me if he'd ask for Kellogg's Grow Pup dog food quick. It beats all how many dogs beg for it. Grow Pup has such a swell, meaty flavor. And there are 3 different kinds. There's Grow Pup Ribbon, Grow Pup Meal, and Grow Pup Pellets. They're all mighty tasty and mighty good for your dog. Help give him lots of muscle, strong bones, and teeth. Remind Mother, next time she's marketing, to ask for Kellogg's Grow Pup. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
And now, faster than a speeding bullet, Condensed Bat-Supe proudly presents Chapter 12 of The Clan of the Fiery Cross, which was originally broadcast on June 25th, 1946.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, a difficult task faces Clark Kent. For though Chuck Riggs is found, fear of his uncle and the dread clan of the Fiery Cross may once more keep him silent.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Why don't you give it a whirl? A blueberry whirligig, I mean. This week's nifty pep dish of the week. Why, it runs circles around most any other breakfast combination you ever tasted. Try it tomorrow. First, you sprinkle your serving of Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, with ripe, fresh blueberries. Then, now carefully, of course, take your spoon and give it a whirl so the juicy berries are all mixed in with those crisp flakes of pep. Finish off with milk and sugar, and there's your blueberry whirligig, a neat way to dress up your dish of Kellogg's Pep. No kidding, gang. Pep sure does something for those berries. It's tender and toasted, for one thing. And Pep is loaded with its own sparkling sunshine flavor. A comeback for more flavor that keeps your spoon coming right back until you've finished off every golden flake in your bowl. Which is certainly the right idea. You see, the cereal grains, like the whole wheat and Kellogg's Pep, are being sent to fellows and girls abroad. So you wouldn't want to waste cereal. Think of that when Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's. If you pour your own Pep, pour it carefully and eat up every bit you pour out. Pass the word along to the rest of your family, too. Always eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
Now, the adventures of Superman. When Editor Perry White launched a vigorous newspaper campaign against the clan of the Fiery Cross, a group of hate-mongers and terrorists whose credo is one religion, one color, the clan abducted White and Jimmy Olsen and prepared to tar and feather them. But when White tore the hood from the leader's face, revealing him as a man named Matt Riggs, the editor and Jimmy were condemned to death. Meanwhile, Clark Kent was searching for an unknown boy who had phoned him one night with information about the Klan. Kent finally traced the boy to the Unity House baseball team. And as we continue now, Kent is alone with the frightened boy, Chuck Riggs, nephew of the Grand Scorpion of the Clan of the Fiery Cross. Listen.
You are the boy who phoned me the night Tommy Lee was hurt, aren't you, Chuck?
Who, me? What makes you think...
Don't lie now. You phoned me the night the clan of the Fiery Cross was going to tar and feather Tommy Lee, didn't you?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, yes, you do. You know the clan of the Fiery Cross has got Jim and Mr. White. Now, all I want you to tell me is who some of the clansmen are.
Well, how would I know?
You knew a lot about them the night you phoned me. You knew where they were taking Tommy, what they were going to do to him.
Oh, look, why don't you let me alone?
Because a boy's life is in danger and the life of a fine man. And not only they, but every boy and man and woman and girl in the United States is in danger until that clan is stamped out. Look, son, you know what the Clan of the Fiery Cross stands for, don't you?
No, I don't know anything about them.
No, you don't. Well, they're cowardly gangsters who operate at night, hidden behind sheets and hoods. Their minds are diseased with hate. They hate the people who go to one church or those whose skin happens to be a different color. No one is safe from them. Do you want to protect people like that, Chuck?
Me? No.
All right, then tell me who they are. Tell me the name of even one of them. I'll guarantee to round up the rest.
But I... Oh, jeepers.
You're afraid to tell me, aren't you?
Afraid?
Yes.
No. Why should I be afraid?
You're afraid the clan will tar and feather you if they find out you told me.
Gosh, don't say that.
Look, Chuck. Suppose I could show you that you'd be safe, that the clan couldn't get you. Would you tell me what I want to know then?
You can't show me. They're watching me. Maybe right this minute they... I didn't mean to say that.
It's all right, son. It's all right. I understand. Look, do you think Superman could protect you from the Clan of the Fiery Cross?
Superman?
Yes. If Superman promised to protect you, you wouldn't be afraid then, would you?
Well, no, I guess not, but... you're just trying to fool me, Mr. Kent. You can't get Superman.
Think not? Get ready for a surprise, Chuck.
Where are you going?
To get Superman. You stay right where you are.
Walking behind the locker room, Kent swiftly strips off his business suit and stands revealed in the blue costume and red cape of Superman. Up, up, and away! Rocketing high above the clouds, the Man of Steel hovers a moment, then plummets to earth to land beside the amazed Chuck Riggs.
Creepers, who...
Clark Kent said you had something to tell me, Chuck.
Superman. Gee whiz. Where'd you come from?
I just dropped from up above the clouds.
Golly, are you really Superman?
I am.
Jeepers. Superman.
Look, Chuck. You think you can trust me to protect you from the Clan of the Fiery Cross?
Oh, sure can. Gosh, Superman, am I glad you're here. I almost went crazy worrying about Jim. I was going to go to Mr. Kent this morning when I saw that letter in the Daily Planet.
Then it was you who called me, who called Mr. Kent that night.
Yeah, sure. I was going to go to Mr. Kent this morning, honest I was. But my Uncle Matt stopped me. I think he suspected I called Mr. Kent about Tommy Lee. He said the clan was watching me and warned that if I went near Mr. Kent, I'd get tarred and feathered.
Who is your Uncle Matt, Chuck? What's his full name?
Matt Riggs. He's a trucking contractor. My mother and I live in his house.
Is he a member of the clan?
He sure is. He's the big shot, the Grand Scorpion.
The Grand Scorpion, eh?
Golly, if he knew I was telling you all this...
You don't have to worry now, Chuck. I can handle your Uncle Matt and all his robed and hooded gangsters. Tell me, did you hear him say anything about Jim and Mr. White?
Uncle Matt was mad as anything at those stories Mr. White put in the Daily Planet about the clan and the reward he was offering.
Yes?
I heard him say on the phone to somebody that they had to get Mr. White.
Where's your Uncle Matt now, do you know?
No, sir, I don't.
Well, all right, let's see if we can't find him. Up in my arms with you, Chuck.
Are we going to fly?
We are. Hang on now.
Oh, boy, flying with Superman. I must be dreaming.
Here we go. Up, up, and away! That your house down there, Chuck?
I can't be sure from up here. Yeah, that's it. Here's the garage and the apple tree. And my bike under it.
Nobody in the garage and just a woman in the house.
It must be my mother. Oh, gosh, if she could see me with you.
No time for that now. Look, Chuck, are you sure you don't know any other of the Klansmen?
I just know one of their names is Will, and one is Ralph.
You know their last names? Never saw any of their faces.
No, they had on their sheets and hoods the only 2 times I saw them. The night they took Tommy Lee away, and at their meeting.
At their meeting? You were at a Klan meeting?
Yeah. When Uncle Matt made me lie about Tommy Lee beating me on purpose and trying to kill me.
Where was this meeting?
Way up in the hills someplace. Gosh, it was spooky. A big burning cross, and all those guys in their robes and hoods.
All right, never mind that. Where in the hills, do you remember?
Let's see. I know we went out past the bend.
The river bend?
Yeah. And then we turned off someplace and started to climb into the hills.
All right, we'll go out to the bend and try to find where you turned off. Hang on. Away! There's the bend down there, Chuck. There's a fork just above it. Is that where you turned off?
Wait. Yeah, Superman, that's the place. I remember that broken-down old mill. We climbed way up into the hills. Must have been a couple hours we climbed. And then we went off the road and went through the woods to a clearing.
All right. We'll follow the road and look for a clearing. Away! A truck couldn't have gone much farther than this in a couple of hours, Chuck. I don't see any other road turning off to a clearing, though.
It wasn't exactly a real road, Superman.
No?
Just some ruts going through the woods.
Oh, well, let's go down lower and look.
You find the ruts, Superman?
No, not yet. Are you sure? Wait a minute, I see them.
You do?
Yes, we'll follow them. Let's hope they're the right ones. Away! There's a clearing. Yes, it's the one we want, too.
Are Jim and Mr. White down?
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Down to that clearing. Down! This the place, Chuck?
Yeah, this is the place, all right. Look, there's a half-burned wooden cross. But where are Jim and Mr. White? And the Klansmen?
They're gone, Chuck. We got here too late. Now, where do we look? Helplessly, Superman and Chuck Riggs stare at the deserted clearing, empty save for a half-burned wooden cross. What has happened to Jimmy Olsen and Perry White? We'll return in a moment for the tense climax of today's episode. So stand by.
You know, if you made a list of the good things you want in a breakfast cereal, they'd all add up to Kellogg's Pep. Sure, take looks, for instance. You like a dish that looks golden and crisp and melt in your mouth tender. And that's Kellogg's Pep. And flavor. Don't you get a kick out of sparkling sunshine flavor? Well, Kellogg's Pep is called the Sunshine Cereal. Those sunny whole wheat flakes give your appetite the old come on every time. And you want your breakfast cereal to be good for you, too. So, Kellogg's Pep gives you solid whole wheat nourishment plus. What's more, Pep tickles your taste so you want to eat the hearty sort of breakfast that helps start your day in high. You bet. There are so many good reasons why you'll want Kellogg's Pep often and why you'll want to eat up every tender flake in your bowl. And, gang, here's another angle. Nowadays, we're sending the cereal grains to help give good nourishment to fellows and girls all over the world. So, you don't want to waste cereal. When Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's, make sure it's not wasted. If you pour your own Pep, pour it carefully and polish off every bit you pour out. That's important, gang. Eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
As Superman and Chuck Riggs dropped into the deserted hideout of the clan of the Fiery Cross, a truck is rumbling down a narrow hill road many miles away. In the back of the truck, bound hand and foot and gagged, are Perry White and Jimmy Olsen, surrounded by 10 robed and hooded figures. At the wheel is Will Jennings. Beside him is Matt Riggs, Grand Scorpion of the hooded terrorist band.
What's the idea of this extra long trip, Matt? Why didn't we shoot White and Olsen up at the hideout and be done with it?
And where'd we bury him?
Why, up there in the clearing.
Oh, where's your brains, Will? That place isn't safe since my nephew was up there the other night.
Your nephew? Oh, you don't think...
Yes, I do. I'm kind of worried about him. He acted awful funny this morning about that letter in the Daily Planet. You know, the one that Clark Kent wrote to the kid who called him the night we grabbed that Chinese boy.
Yeah, why? Where does Chuck fit in that?
I kind of think he was the one who called Kent.
What?
Hey, watch where you're going, will you? You almost went off the road.
Oh, you scared me. Holy smoke, Chuck knows all about us. If you was afraid he'd squeal, how come you didn't do something about him?
Because I'm not sure, that's why. But I'll find out for sure when I get home tonight. That's why we didn't do this job up at the hideout. So in case Chuck does squeal, if he brings the cops up there, they won't find anything, you see?
Yeah, I see. I gotta hand it to you, Matt. You think of everything.
Well, I try to. This is important work we're doing, Will. Hey, look. Look at that glade in the woods over there. That ought to do just fine.
Oh, you think it's safe?
Sure, it's safe. It's just far enough away from the hideout and off the road. Pull in there.
Okay.
All right, brothers. Drag out those two punks, White and Olsen, and let's get this over with. This is the end of the line for them.
Leaping from the truck, the robed and hooded bigots hauled the bound and gagged Jim Olsen and Perry White from the truck and dragged them off the road to a tiny glade among the trees. Is this the end for our friends? Will the men of hate execute the death sentence before Superman can reach them? No, there still must be a chance that right and the man of steel will prevail. Tomorrow's episode is packed with thrills and action, fellows and girls, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at this same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, your dog's as good as any champ, isn't he? So see that he gets Kellogg's Grow Pup dog food like lots of champion dogs do. Mix Grow Pup in with his table scraps of meat and fat, and it'll give him lots of muscle, help keep him husky and strong. He can take his pick of 3 different kinds of Grow Pup, too. There's Grow Pup Ribbon, Grow Pup Meal, and Grow Pup Pellets. They're all just full of wonderful meaty flavor. Ask your mother to get Grow Pup today. It's good for champs, good for your dog, too. Remember, that's Kellogg's Grow Pup. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
It's time for a Condensed Bat-Supe Extra Helping, because sometimes you just gotta laugh. This time we'll join Jack Benny and the gang as they celebrate the state of California's centennial with a special look at the gold rush of '49 in this episode of the Jack Benny program from September 24th, 1950.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis.
Hold it, Don. Hold it. Hold it. Wait a minute, Phil. Hold it. Hold it, everybody.
What's the matter, Jack?
Look, we'll be on the air in a few minutes, and the opening is still not right. Now, rehearse it again.
But, Jack, I read the opening like I always do.
Oh, it isn't you, Don. It's the music.
And what, pray tell, is wrong with the music?
The same thing, pray tell, that's been wrong with it for 15 years. Phil, it's too loud. Nobody can hear Don. I can tell you now, Phil, you'll never get anywhere with that kind of blast.
Look, Jackson, now listen to me. I've got a Cadillac, a yacht, and a mansion in Encino. Show me one Claire de Lune man who can top that.
Phil, I know you have a Cadillac, a yacht, and a mansion. What does your music have to do with getting all those things?
My band played Here Comes the Bride. I looked at that little blonde standing beside me, said I do, and they were mine, all mine.
He admits it yet.
Jack, we'll be on the air in a minute, so why upset yourself?
But Mary.
Well, Phil has a lot of bad musicians, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Wait a minute. Hold it a minute, May Company Maisie. Let's get something straightened out. What do you mean about bad musicians? For your information, Liv, my string section used to be with Whiteman, and some of my boys were with Dorsey.
Well, I'm talking about the fellows who worked with King.
Wayne King?
No, Waste King. They used to install them.
That I believe, and I like that, Mary. Now, Phil, let's take the opening theme again, and please...
Oh, Jack, we haven't time for that now. The audience is coming into the studio.
Oh. Gee, I hope we have a good crowd. I'm going to peek through the curtain and see. Looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
Jack, stop counting. The tickets are free.
Oh, yes, I keep forgetting, you know.
Next aisle over, please. Next aisle over. Don't crowd, please. Don't crowd.
Oh, Lamb! Lamb!
Come in, Ellie.
I almost lost your place in line. What took so long?
I got into a big argument in the lobby.
Why? What happened?
They wouldn't let me hitch my horse to that statue of Mr. Paley. I just can't understand.
Keep moving, please.
Now, see here. Don't push me around, Sonny. Mr. Benny mailed me my tickets personally. Come on, Ellie. Let's sit down here in the front row.
Okay, Lamb. I'm glad we got here on time.
Yeah. Good thing we turned the rooster back an hour last night. Well, now, let's sit down and open the lunch basket.
Here's a banana.
A banana?
That'll hold you till I get out the sandwiches and pour the coffee.
Okay. You know, I heard Mr. Benny's program last week, and it was really a dilly. Almost as good as Spate Cooley. You know, when he came out and said...
Oh, look, Lamb, the curtain is opening.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you a man who is loved, admired, and respected by millions. And here he is, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking.
Hi, Rube.
What?
Thanks for the tickets.
You're welcome. This is Jack Benny talking, and Don, your introduction was
Heard the show last week. Laughed so hard I fell off my milking stool.
Now, look.
Now, if I hadn't had a good grip on that cow, I'd have broke my nose.
If you hadn't muffed that line, you'd have gotten a bigger laugh, too. Now, why doesn't he keep quiet?
Jack, the show.
Oh, yes. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, it gives me great pleasure to announce that tonight we're going to do a sketch to celebrate a great event in California history. This event happened on September 9th, 100 years ago. Now, kids, who knows why Californians will always cherish that wonderful day?
I do.
Why?
No smog.
I mean another reason. Don, do you know what California is celebrating?
No.
Don, you mean to tell me that you, a college man, a radio announcer, don't know California history? That's disgusting.
Now, just a minute. Why should I know about California history? I was born in Colorado.
Well, some of you must have flabbed over into California. But since none of you seem to know, I'll tell you. This month, in fact, all this year, we're celebrating the California Centennial.
Centennial? What's that?
What's that, Phil? 100 years ago, California joined the Union.
The whole state?
Why, certainly.
That Petrilla really is on his toes, ain't he?
Yes, Phil, yes. Ain't he? What English? You know, it's a shame. Once in a while, I get into a mood where I try to discuss a subject of national importance. There isn't one member of my cast that I can talk to intelligently.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Dennis, you can go and sit down.
Yes, sir.
Now, Don, as long as there's no one here who knows anything about this subject, we might as well try and do something else.
Oh, Mr. Benny.
What?
Did you know that this month we're celebrating the California Centennial?
Yes, I know it. I just said it. Now, Don...
It was just 100 years ago, September 9th, that the state of California was admitted to the Union.
I know.
Of course, California was discovered in 1542 by Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo. That gave Spain the right of discovery. However, Spain at this time was busy with affairs in Europe and neglected the territory. Well, in the year 1769, Carlos III of Spain sent forward the Porto La Sierra expedition. This was the beginning of the building of the missions and the conversion of the Indians on the Far La Sierra. Then colonization followed. The colonists were sent from Mexico. Then in 1822, California became a territory of the Republic of Mexico. At the close of the Mexican War with the United States, February 2nd, 1848, by the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, California passed into control of the United States. 2 weeks before this, January 24th, a mill was being built for Sutter of Sutter's Fort at Coloma.
Sutter?
John Sutter.
John Sutter?
John A. Sutter. His wife's name was Mildred. The California Territory was especially desirable to the United States because of its strategic position and its natural resources, such as gold, silver, oil, and timber. At Sutter's Mill, as I mentioned before, gold was discovered, culminating in one of the greatest gold rushes in history. And so, on September 9th, 1850, California was made a state and admitted to the Union.
Dennis, that was wonderful. I mean, how do you get your information?
I dialed 113.
You dial...
I've got more information on my little finger than you have in your whole head.
Well, Dennis, it's hard for me to get my head in the dial. Anyway, Dennis, it's not important how you acquired your information. The mere fact that you were able to retain it is an accomplishment in itself.
I sing, too.
I know. Now, let's have your song because we have a very important sketch to do.
I hope it's as funny as last week.
Oh, be quiet.
What are you going to sing, Dennis? Well, I'm going to sing a little ditty called...
Dennis, don't talk! Just sing your song.
I give you all my love. The skies may fall, my love, but I will still be true. All my sighs will disappear at last. Now that you're here at last, my heart belongs to you. Let me go. You thrill me so I can see. As I recall my life, I've waited all my life to give you all my love. Let me go. You thrill me so I can see. As I recall my life, I've waited all my life to give you all my love. All my
Very good. Yes, sir. That was All My Love, sung by Dennis Day. And Dennis, you sang it beautifully.
California was the 31st state admitted to the Union.
What?
I forgot to mention that before.
Oh, well, thanks, kid. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction tonight, we are going to present...
The first governor of California was named Peter H. Burnett.
Dennis.
His wife's name was Mabel.
Dennis, we don't need any more information, so drop it.
Jack, if you're going to do a play about California, you better get started.
Mary, I'm trying to. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, in honor of the California Centennial, we are going to present a play based on this historical event. All right, Don, let's get started with our tribute to California.
Am I going to be in the play?
Dennis, you're going to be technical advisor.
Yeah. Go ahead, Don. Introduce the play.
Okay, Jack.
Oh, darn it, the phone. I'll get it. Whoop. Who threw that banana peel on the stage?
Hi, Rube.
What?
California got its first shipment of bananas in 1864.
Dennis, I don't care when. Okay. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, what do you want?
Have you been shopping lately?
Shopping? Yes, last Wednesday I bought some clothes. Why?
There's a man here from Sears Roebuck with your new suit.
Well, you can tell the man it's about time.
It sure is a nice suit, boy.
You really like it?
Yeah, I hope it looks as good on you as it does on him.
What? Rochester, you mean he came from the store wearing my new suit?
Yeah, he said for the price you paid, they couldn't afford to put it in the box.
Well, look, tell the man.
Now, hold it, boss.
What?
Here comes Roebuck wearing the extra pair of pants.
Well, look, Rochester, I'm in the middle of the program. Hang up the clothes and I'll see you later.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, say, boss.
Now what?
You got a letter from Alcatraz.
Oh, from my agent. Oh, what does he say? Open it up.
It's already been opened.
Oh, yes. Well, what does he say?
I'll read it to you. Dear Jack, next Friday's my birthday, and if you want to send me monogrammed shirts, my initials are 9-3.
Good old 9. What else does he say?
P.S. I can't wait to see you on television, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I'll answer him when I get home. So long, Rochester.
Goodbye.
All right, Don. All right, Don, start the play.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, to commemorate the centennial of California, we bring you our version of one of the historic events that took place in this great state. Curtain music.
My name is Slim Benny. My sidekick, Tex Harris, and I were a couple of prospectors drifting from place to place. In the year 1849, we found ourselves in the sleepy little Mexican pueblo of Nuestra Senora La Reina de Los Angeles de Porquinulco. In English, this meant stop here for plant inspection. One night, Tex and I were in the only lively place in town, Pedro's Saloon.
Been a pretty exciting evening here at Pedro's, eh, Tex?
Sure has, Slim.
Guess we better get going.
Wait a minute, Slim. Want another drink?
Now, hold on, Tex. I know it ain't none of my business, but you've been drinking a little too much.
Well, it ain't my fault, Slim. I only drink to forget.
What are you trying to forget?
All the years I went around sober.
Well, I'll drink with you, but stand up for this one. Oh, bartender. Bartender.
What will you have, senor?
I'll have a double tequila.
And what for you, senor?
Well, I'm kind of hungry. I'll have a sandwich.
Okay, but you will have to go outside and eat it on your horse. This is a drive-in.
Then don't bother. You know, Tex, I like this little town. I think...
Move over, you hombres. I want a drink.
Stop shoving, mister.
I said move over.
I'm a-warning you. You better...
Slim, be careful. That's Wendy Wilson, the toughest man in these parts.
Oh, he is, eh? Well, I'll take care of that. I shot him in the stomach.
Now, look, Slim.
Which one of us you talking to?
He's a-talking to me. Now, what do you want here, anyway?
Well, wait a minute, partner. I didn't come here to fight. I came here to see the singer at this here saloon. Got a new song for her by Stephen Foster.
No kidding. How does it go?
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, go lucky, strike. Hiddly poop, 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 poop.
Idly-poop-poop is by Stephen Foster?
Yep, it's called Jeannie with the Light Brown Tobacco.
Oh.
Well, look, here comes the singer now.
Yeah.
I watched her. She came through the door. She was a beautiful Mexican girl with dark skin and black eyes. And she had a perfect figure. Ankles 8 inches. Calves 13 inches. Hips 34. And a 25-inch waist. I was never without my tape measure. I looked at her and said,
Hello, girlie. Are you the singer in this saloon?
Sí.
You sing here every night?
Sí.
Are you single?
Sí.
What's your name?
Sue.
Sue?
See?
Well, say, Sue. After your show tonight, how about going out with me? We could have a lot of fun together.
Do not get fresh with me, senor. The bartender, he is my brother.
Ah, you're kidding. Hey, bartender.
See?
Can I talk to you a minute?
See?
Are you her brother?
See?
What's your name?
Sigh.
Sigh?
See?
Well, look, Si, I want to go out with your sister, see?
She's Sue.
I know she's Sue, Si. I heard Sue say so.
What did you say, senor?
A kill sigh. It was easier than reading that line again. And I turned to Sue and said,
Sue, I think you and I ought to get married.
But why, senor, should I marry you?
Because now you're alone. I just killed your brother. I love you, Sue. If you marry me, you'll make me the happiest...
Gold! Gold has been discovered up north! Gold! Do you hear me? Gold! Gold!
Gold? Goodbye, Sue. Come on, Tex. We're a-going north.
In 10 seconds, Pedro's saloon was empty. Everyone had rushed out, including Cy. He was dead, but he didn't want to be poor. Tex and I rushed over to the general store to outfit ourselves for the long trek to Sutter's Mill. We bought burros, shovels, picks, blankets, and tents, and a hacksaw in case we visited my agent. Fully outfitted, we started on our trek up the San Joaquin Valley. We had all our equipment piled into a covered wagon, which was pulled by 16 mules.
Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. Get up there, mule. Sutter-hoo!
I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. I'm on my way to Sutter's Mill, way to go, just wait for me. But if I do not find it there, I know I'll surely die. And when I'm dead and buried, oh, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. I'm on my way to Sutter's Mill with an LSMFT.
Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. Yeah, come on, you mule. Come on, you mule. Someday I'm going to write a song about that. I got the title already. Good night, Irene.
I came from Alabama with an ashtray on my knee, 'cause I'm always smoking Lucky Strike, a cigarette for me. They're round and firm and fully packed and easy on the draw, for Forest taste and mildest too, the best you ever saw. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me, for I'm on my way to Sutter's Mill with an LSMFT.
Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. Come on there, mule. Come on, Nellie. Come on, Francis.
Keep on smoking satisfaction, Lucky Strikes are fine. Just light one up and you'll agree, my darling Clementine. So be happy, go Lucky Strike with me, 'cause sure enough there's no rough up in an LSMFT.
Continued up the San Joaquin Valley. It was a long, hot, dusty trip. At night, we had to light fires to keep the animals away. We went for days without water, for weeks without a bath. Then the animals started lighting fires to keep us away. Finally, we arrived at Sutter's Mill and staked out our claims. For weeks, we dug and dug and dug.
I can't go on no more, Slim. I'm quitting.
Let's keep digging, Tex. I'm sure we'll find gold soon.
Oh, no. I can't go on, I tell you. I can't go on. This digging is breaking my back. The shoveling is killing me. And look at my hands. They're raw and bleeding. And the sun is ruining my hair.
That's good acting, Tex, but you can't give up digging now. If we hit gold, we'll be...
Tex, look, I just hit it. A vein of gold.
We done it. We done it.
That's did it.
When it came to English, I knew Tex was right. He had graduated from Harvard. Magna cum loaded. Now that we found gold, we really went to work.
Now, come on, Tex. Let's get to work. There's a lot of gold here, and we're going to find it. Down, Tex, down. We're being attacked by Indians. Get down, Tex, down. Oh. That arrow get you, Tex? Tex, speak to me. Tell me you ain't hurt.
That isn't.
All right, Tex. Tell me you isn't hurt.
But I are.
Well, don't worry, Tex.
Look, the chief of the Indians is coming toward us.
Yeah, you stay here. I'll go and talk to him.
Use good English.
I will. How?
How? Me, he big Indian chief.
Indian chief? What tribe?
Sioux.
Sioux?
See.
Let's not go through that again.
Who you, Paley Face?
That's Pale Face. Paley Face is that statue in the lodge. My name is Slim Benny.
What you pale faces do here?
We just found gold.
Gold? Then me take 'em.
No, it's our gold. We worked for it. We dug for it. We slaved for it.
Indian no care. I take 'em your gold or I take 'em your scalp.
Well, all right. Here.
Slide right off 'em head.
The Indian chief left happily, taking my toupee to his teepee. That was the last we saw. Then winter fell, but that didn't stop Tex and me. Or is it Tex and I? What's the difference? When you're rich, you can say anything. We hid the gold in a big snowbank. We had a cool minion. The next day, we began to break camp and leave.
Well, I'm ready to go, Slim.
Me too, Tex. We got all the gold we need. Let's leave before we're ambushed.
Wait, Slim. One last thing. I'm going to go down to the spring and fill our canteens with water. There's nothing I like better than nice, cold, sparkling, clear, pure water.
What did you say, Tex?
Yes, I killed Slim. It was easier than reading that line again. Music, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Crusade for Freedom offers every American an opportunity to play a personal part in a great moral crusade for freedom, faith, and peace throughout the earth. In Berlin on United Nations Day, October 24th, the Freedom Bell will peal out this message of hope inscribed on its rim, that this world, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom. So please don't forget to enroll in the Crusade for Freedom. Thank you. Good night, sir.
Stay tuned in for the new Harold Perry Show, which follows immediately. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Well, that'll wrap up this episode of Condensed Bat-Supe, featuring more from the Clan of the Fiery Cross from the Adventures of Superman. Thank you for listening. Be sure to tell your friends to subscribe to Bat-Supe on their favorite podcatcher. We can also be found on YouTube and Facebook. We'll see you next time for another exciting edition of Condensed Bat-Supe as we continue with the story of the Clan of the Fiery Cross and bring you yet another fine extra helping. Until then, up, and away!
Truth is stranger than fiction, and this is the proof. This is Ripley's Believe It or Not.
The Pond of the Apostles in Chipperfield, England, is circled by 11 lime trees, each named for an apostle. A 12th tree named Judas was blown down by the wind. Believe it or not.